Hi, I'm Andres Solano, uh, but I go by Andy. That's what people call me. Um, I'm 17 years old, and this is my coming out story. So, I've always known I was gay. I mean, obviously, there's a time where people are always calling you gay, and that's when I got the most bullied, and I was just like, people were like, you're gay because you do this, and you like the color purple, and you like Hello Kitty, and that's all bullshit, and you're just gay, and I'm just like, I'm not gay. Like, I don't want to be gay. Who wants to be different than everybody else? And, um, I don't know, I was just really scared, and I told everyone I wasn't gay because that's what I really, like, burned into myself, especially being from, like, a Christian family, and being, like, my grandparents being, like, pastors, and my dad being a big church person, and it was just, like, it was really hard, and I couldn't accept that I was gay, like, yeah, I knew I was turned on by guys, and I knew that I didn't like girls the way I liked guys. I mean, not super young. Like, when I was younger, I liked girls because that's what everyone did. Everyone liked girls. Um, and it was just like it wasn't a big deal. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, in the 8th grade, well, the 7th grade, throughout middle school, in 6th grade, I was very quiet. I was very, very quiet throughout 6th grade. And, I mean, like, I kept to myself, and I was kind of a nerd. I mean, I only did school, and I was a teacher's pet, and it was pretty bad. But 7th grade, I stepped out, I met a girl, and I liked her, and it was really cool. Like, I mean, I had a crush. I was like, oh, I can't be gay. I have a crush on a girl. Like, that's cool. And, but, I don't know, like, she was, like, I really had a crush, and I, like, thought I was in love or whatever. Like, love. But, I don't know. And so that was interesting. And she turned me down.
Shorty, get down, good lord.
So throughout 7th grade, I mean, I knew I liked a girl. Like, that was cool. 8th grade, I had a best friend, and um, his name was Will, and he was really cool. Like, I loved him and everything, and like, I really wanted to do everything with him. Like, he was my best friend. I thought that was normal. Like, I thought it was normal to want to do everything with your best friend. But people would always be like, oh, are you guys gay together? Or, oh, butt buddies over there. Or, oh, are you guys fucking behind everyone's back? And I'm just like, no, like, I don't like him like that. But, I don't know, I mean, I loved him, like, as a friend. I really did. I loved him as a friend. But throughout 8th grade, I feel like I developed some feelings for him, and it wasn't good, and I ended up hurting myself when he started listening to all the people, because he started listening to all the people, and he pretty much told me, he's like, oh, I mean, what they're saying is not true, but I'm not going to be talking to you as much, and I'm not going to be hanging out with you as much, and I don't want to spend as much time with you. And eventually he just, like, avoided me, and he wouldn't talk to me, and he wouldn't look at me. And this was after 8th grade. It was like 9th grade, and it was pretty much like I was obsessed over this boy, Will. But I mean, I don't know, it was very interesting. Like, all the feelings that I had, it was a lot of hurt, because I thought that I was in love again, and it was like, oh, it's the second time I'm in love, I should be, like, okay with it. But I wasn't. Like, it was very, very hard for me. And I don't know, like I feel like I liked him, and then it was only for a second, because I realized that liking him had consequences, and I didn't want to have to deal with those consequences. So I pushed that away, and everyone was like, oh, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. And I was like, I'm not gay. I don't want to be gay. I don't want to be different. Like, who wants to be different than anybody? Who wants to be labeled? Because it's like, during this time, it still wasn't like, oh, gay is the cool thing. Like right now, I feel like, oh yeah, gay is cool. Like, yeah, like, be gay, be yourself. And I love that. Like, I'm loving being yourself and being able to be myself. But it wasn't like that. At least not, like, at the time. And so, I don't know, I didn't want to be gay. I wasn't gonna be gay. I wasn't, never, like, no, I liked girls. And even up until, like, sophomore year, I liked a girl in the beginning of sophomore year, and then I had a girlfriend at the end of sophomore year. But that year, I talked to my friend Glenn, and she was really cool, but she was very set on the fact that I was gay. But the thing about it was, she was supportive. Like, I don't really talk to her anymore, which I kind of feel bad about because she moved schools and I really do miss her. But like, she was very, very, very supportive, and I really miss that. Like, yeah, I mean, I kept on telling her I wasn't gay, but even if I wasn't, like, I could still tell her all of my feelings and all the way I felt about everything. And she knew, like, she's not stupid, but I mean, I still told everyone I wasn't gay. And during this whole time, I think during sophomore year, me and Will started talking again, and like, we were cool or whatever, we were friends, and like, we became best friends or something, like, labeled wise. I mean, I don't really feel like it was like anything like it was 8th grade where we did everything together, but because he was on the football team and like, yeah. So anyways, but all his friends would be like, is he gay? Does he like you? And he'd be like, he's not gay, no, fuck off. And I'd be like, I appreciate that and everything. But I was an emotional wreck, like, throughout that whole time. But I remember, at the end of sophomore year, I had a girlfriend, and it wasn't good, because I remember, like, writing letters to myself and writing letters to Will and being like, I can't be gay, because I have a girlfriend, and I like her, and she's cool, but I'm not sexually attracted to her. That was the downright point. Like, my friends knew that. They knew I liked guys, and they knew that I wasn't attracted to her, and I felt really, really, really bad. But I remember telling my friends, one of them was named Chris, she's a girl, and one of them is named Cam, and she's also a girl, and she's really cool. Like, they're both really cool, and we were doing like a group project or something, Chris and Cam and me, but they're both girls. And I remember telling him one day, I said, I have to tell you something, and I was like, but it's kind of a secret. And I was honestly a little bit excited about it. Like, I was just like, it feels amazing. Like, I'm about to say what I've been wanting to say for 15, 16 years. And it feels amazing. I can finally be myself. And I said, I'm gay. I said, I'm gay. And I was just like, I literally feel so free right now. Like my heart was just like, it was amazing. And I just had to tell other people. And so I did. I told all my close friends. And my best friend, my best friend. Like, she knew and everything. But I didn't tell Will. And I wasn't going to tell Will. At least not right away, because I wasn't sure how he was going to act. And anyways, straight to the point. I mean, like, everybody started knowing and everything, right? But I remember one time I was talking to Will that night, and we were talking, and it came up, and I was like, Will, I'm gay. And he got really, really, really mad at me. He got really mad at me, and it really, really hurt. And I just remember for the whole, like, next week and a half, he was just so homophobic towards me. And I just wanted to, like, I really felt like this is what everyone talks about. This is, like, the unacceptance that everyone talks about. Oh, like, I don't even know how to explain it. All I know is that freedom that I was feeling from telling Chris and Cam and all my friends, like, it felt like it was nothing. Like, nothing compared to this, like, huge tear in my heart, because he was like a homophobe towards me, and he didn't want anything to do with me. Yeah, he would still talk to me, but it was literally like, okay, or yeah, or this, or that. Like, it was just one word answers, and he wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't open up to me anymore, and we haven't been the same since then. Like, yeah, we're friends, and he says, like, we trust each other, and we're cool, like, we're even, like, best friends or whatever, but it hasn't been the same. And I know it won't ever be the same. I know that he's never gonna trust me the same way, and he's never gonna love me the same way, and he's never gonna, like, be my best friend the same way. And that really hurts. It hurts me a little bit. But after about a week and a half, I called him out on it, and I was like, you're being a homophobe, you're being a dick, you're being like a horrible person to me. Like, this isn't right. Like, I don't go around beating you because you're straight, but you're gonna go around hurting me because I'm different than you. Like, I didn't find that okay. Like, it's not okay to anybody, not just to me, but to anybody. And he's like, you're right, and I mean, it brought us together or whatever, but still, like I said, it's never been the same, and it never will be the same. But I mean, we still go through a lot of things, and we're cool. But anyways, I never really came out to my parents. Like, they always knew. Me and my mom one time were getting in a huge fight, and like, it was like 11 or 12 at night. We were just in a huge fight, yelling at each other, and I was crying. And I remember um, I told her, I was just like, you can't pick on me because I'm different. She said, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you like guys. And I said, well, it's harder for me. Like, I felt like it's honestly harder for me just because of this, like, not just the society, but the family that I was born into, and, like, the religion and everything. And it was just really, really, really hard for me. And, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it was harder for me than other people. Like, I didn't get beat or anything. But it was really hard. And then, me and my mom would always get in fights, and that would always come up. And then my dad, like, my mom told my dad, and my dad told my stepmom, and my stepsisters knew, and everything, and it was, like, all over the place. My grandma and grandparents refused to, like, they were in denial, and my siblings didn't know, except for the one right under me, like, the brother right under me, like, he had, like, his thoughts or whatever, but he never mentioned it. But, anyways, he, was, like, I don't know, he was interesting. Anyways, I remember, 2 weeks before my birthday, I got in a huge fight with my mom again, and it came up, like, that I was gay, and then we got in this huge fight, and it was talking about a lot of different things, and how, like, it was a lot. It wasn't just because I was gay, but it had, like, that was in there, and, I got, like, I want to say I got kicked out of the house, because my mom, like, we got in this huge fight, and she just pretty much told me, she said leave, and I left, and I haven't, like, obviously, like, me and my mom are cool now, like, we're really cool, and I love her to death, and I would do anything for my mom, but, it was really hard for me. Like, I walked out of the car, and I went to a store where I knew my friend worked, and I just cried, and I cried, and I had my dad pick me up, and I live with him now, full time. My siblings switch back and forth, so they live 1 week over there, 1 week here, so I'm an only child every other week. My older sisters both moved out, so, but anyways, flash forward a couple years, no, not even a couple years, because this was just, like, last year, but anyways, flash forward a couple months, and me and my parents, when I say my parents, my mom, or my dad and my stepmom, we were in the living room, and we were talking about something, and my stepmom looked at me, she said, I've never even heard you say it, and I said, say what? And she said and I said that I'm gay, and she said, okay, and that was it. And, I mean, yeah, me and my parents have gotten in a little bit of, like, arguments about it sometimes, and they're not the most supportive people in the world, but, I mean, I love them. I mean, they're parents and their family, and I'm always gonna love them and everything, but, yeah, anyways, and my grandma, she's not supportive, but she loves me, and that's really it. Like, I'm not super supported about everything, but they love me, and I know that, and I know they have a lot of questions, because I still have questions, so that's reality, but anyways, I mean, that's really it. Like, my parents know. Oh, and then recently, I confronted my brother about it, because he was always talking about how me and my best friend, one of my best friends, Anna Lee, she's really cool, and, he was always talking about how, like, teasing me about how me and her are, like, a couple or whatever, and I was like, she has a boyfriend, and I don't like her like that, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gay, because I was still kind of, like, iffy about telling my siblings, because I didn't want them to, like, look at me differently, but in reality, like, they shouldn't be like that, like, they should love me for who I am. But anyways, one day I looked at him, I was like, I need to tell you something, I'm gay, and he said, I know, and I said, then why do you do this to me, like, why do you tease me about girls and everything, and he told me he was sorry, and we've been pretty cool about it the whole time. We don't have the best relationship, but, I mean, it's like, it's went down over the year that I've been out of my mom's house. Like, I still visit my mom and everything, but our relationship hasn't been the same, me and my brothers. But, I don't know. Like, this is a very condensed version, because, I mean, there was a lot. Like, I remember that I would cut myself, and I would threaten, like, myself to kill myself, and I would write journal entry after journal entry after journal entry about how I didn't want to be gay, who wants to be different, who wants to go through this pain, and like, what I felt was suffering, and when I felt like I was all alone, like, no one was going through the same thing as me, which now I know it's not true. I mean, no one's gonna go through the exact same thing as me, but people go through like harder things and harder coming outs, and I don't know. It has been hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's been very hard for me, but I mean, it's made me who I am today. I'm confident. I'm I love my friends. I have such great friends. Me and Will are cool. We're not like the best, like I said. It'll never really be the same, but we're cool. And my parents and me are cool. My grandma recently, like, she's there, and I know she still loves me. She doesn't really look at me as gay, and that's one thing that I think everyone should really like think about is like why do we need labels? Like, yeah, I get there's power in labels. There's power in saying I'm a man, or there's power in saying I'm gay. Like, I am gay. But at the same time, it's like, that should not separate you from anything. Like, we're always talking about equality, but yet we're like, but I'm gay. No, like, that should be, I'm human, I'm me. Like, I don't have to be anything differently. And that's so much that I've got caught up into. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gay, it's been hard for me. No, I'm me, and this is my life, and this is what I'm going through. And yeah, that might be something that is in me, but I don't want to let my whole life be defined by that. Which is why I started a new job, and maybe like 1 or 2 people know about me, but that's it, and I don't want everyone to know about me. Because I know last year when I got a job, like, I let everybody know because I was happy, I was free. It was like I had just come out, and I loved it. Like, I loved everyone knowing. But this year, it's like, I don't want that to define me as, like, the gay kid. I want me to be known as Andy. Like, I am Andy. And that's it. Like, I'm me, and I have every right to be who I want to be. And I'm not gonna let someone stop me. And, yeah, I'm gonna be confident and love who I am. And that's really it. Like, and, yeah, I mean, you wanna say you're gay? Like, you're gay. Like, that's cool. But don't let that like mess with your life. Don't let that mess with your brain. Like, don't make all your decisions around that. Like, be you, and just be you. Like, I'll be Andy just because I'm Andy. Like, it's as simple as that. I mean, I get it's not as simple as that. Like, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard coming out, and it's hard being different. But let's not let that different be different. Let's let that different be human. Be you, be me, be us. Because we are all, like, just human. And we have to stick up for each other. And, like, this whole gay rights or women's rights and feminists, and we're all just human. So let's be human. And let's love each other. Like, there should be no level over level. Like, we just need to be one and be cool with that. And, like, there's, like, no blacks and no whites and no gays and no straights. Like, we are human, and that's really it. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I hope you get something out of here. It's my coming out story. And yeah, well, thanks for watching. Enjoy your night.